of curiosity, how did you come up with that name, by the way?
So since I have like a strong relationship with angels,
Okay.
I was meditating on what else to add besides Archangel, and then I heard the name Royal because I feel royalty within, and I have like a spiritual connection to Princess Diana. Like she's inspiring because how compassionate she is and whatnot. And
there it is. Okay.
And oh yeah, I remember doing that one. That was like I think 3 years ago.
Okay, that's the one I saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was Phoenix
360.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
else?
I used to have their app, but like for some reason when I downloaded it again, I was having an issue with it, and I couldn't like stay on there.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't like get it verified.
Okay, I think this is the one I saw.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a very... Alright.
Phoenix 360 definitely has opportunities for artists, models, entrepreneurs, stuff like that.
He looks like a curious individual.
Yeah.
There's no problem with finding out what makes you... how a person thinks.
Yeah.
How they think. So I'm going... There's the one with witches.
Season of the Witch?
Season of the Witch. Witches.
Season of the Witch?
Season of the Witch. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, that's the official music video.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, we were freezing.
Where did you were in Salem at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going to end up happening during this interview, because I'm going to be editing it anyway, so we'll probably end up doing pauses, and depending on which direction the interview goes, I will definitely pause, find the source material, and I probably will include, I probably won't play the song, but, or in its entirety, but there will be songs added to the interview, like if we talk about, like, say, Seasons of the Witch, for example.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I think we're ready. So let me get my questions ready. I'm going to show you the questions that I found from ChatGPT.
ChatGPT's interesting.
I'm going to go to Fake Book. I realized I had no printer in my studio.
Oh, yeah?
This is in a garage, and I was like, why didn't I not? Yeah, this band that I got a picture of, I saw them like 2 years ago in Boston. This is Ash Code.
Ash Code?
They're from Italy.
Oh, that's cool.
I met them in person. Oh, they're so nice.
I have a favorite band from Italy. Lacuna Coil, you ever heard of them?
Yes.
I love them. They're amazing. They're actually one of my inspirations. I follow her, I'm subscribed to her. Orly?
Yeah, Orly Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. I want to have her on my show at some point.
Yeah, she definitely should, like, come on, like, I never personally gotten to talk to her, but, I met some occultists back then when I was on a podcast.
I'll show you what I did with your material. So what I did was I took your info, I copied and pasted. Here we go. I copied and pasted it. Went to ChatGPT.
So does the music stays on even when you're not here?
Yes, a lot of it's on automation. In fact, a lot of radio stations are automated.
That's cool.
Who is the musician behind Arc, and what kind of music does it play? What is his music style? Now watch this. See?
It's so
Who
fascinating.
is Archangel Royale? Javoni White, based in Springfield, Mass. He and is a gothic metal artist. His sound is described as merging gothic atmospheres, electronic textures, and mental intensity. Metal intensity. Okay, I'm gonna close this doors and that background music. Oh, that's where that sound's coming from. Alright, that's fine. But what I did with yours, I put this link in. Paste. Let's try that. You'll figure it out. They have a debut video with Season of the Witch, filmed in Salem, Mass. What comments they know about you? Key tracks: Royale, Hymn of Belial, Rising, and so on. Progressive gothic metal and electronica. Bentley Records. Did you have some tracks on DK Records? Or
Yeah, DistroKid. Yeah, they're an independent distributor, and but now I had, like, 2 months ago, I had switched my music to symphonic distribution, because you know, not that I'm blasting DistroKid, but, like, you know, they just, you know, start charging a lot. So
really?
you know,
I was gonna say try Bandcamp. Have you ever tried thinking of using Bandcamp?
I heard of it, but I never, like.
That's where I get most of my new stuff. It's
actually I think I actually recently put some of my music on Bandcamp.
Okay.
Or it was something else, another website that I had recently heard about, and then, yeah.
There we go. We'll go back to Facebook. No, not me. Nobody cares about me. There we go. Yeah, when I did a search for you, I ended up saving what I got from chat. There we go. Describing Archangel Royale's music, and it went into genre and atmosphere, sound and influences, thematic content, tracks, release highlights, EPs and albums, summary description. Like, it's spooky. Really spooky.
Yeah, it's like it basically, like, ChatGPT gathers so much information off the internet like that, and then
Yes.
it's pretty impressive. You know, a lot of spiritual stuff that I asked as questions, a lot of those answers I already knew from my higher self of meditating all the time and stuff, and own personal experiences, stuff like that.
Right.
And also researching myself.
Oh, it's almost 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can start recording.
Okay. This is a nice setup.
Thank you. You're tuned to Valley Free Radio 103.3 FM. I have in the studio today a special guest, and I would like you to introduce yourself and the name of your music project.
Hello, this is Archangel Royal, and I am a progressive / gothic metal artist, solo artist from Springfield, Massachusetts. And my music has like a lot of inspirations from a lot of artists that you are very familiar with.
Now, I watched a few of your videos, and one video that stuck out for me was Seasons of the Witch. How long ago did you make that song? And I'm just curious where you had it filmed.
So 3.5 years ago, I had created the track, and I wanted to release it just in time for Halloween. An old friend was gonna be featured on it because she wanted to get into music and whatnot, even though she wasn't ever had experience making music.
Right.
But she was flaking on me, so I decided to do my part. I was gonna have her do the second verse,
Right.
but I decided, being in the music industry, you gotta treat it like a business, and she's flaking a lot, making up some excuses, so I wanted to do it myself. And luckily I have a talented friend from New Zealand. Her name is Natasha Nania. She does cover songs on her YouTube channel, but she has this haunting reverb.
Okay.
And it's very amazing. So I had her featured on a song to do the opening and the chorus.
Okay.
And so she's amazing. And shout out to her for beating breast cancer. And so the song was released in 2023.
Okay.
And we shot the music video. The director is Christine Semeru, and she's a very talented.
That's a good video.
Very talented director and photographer also. And so it was very fun. We shot it at Green Lawn Cemetery in Salem, Massachusetts.
So my question to follow up: what inspired you to write that song in the first place? Seasons of the Witch.
So knowing that not only is about witches, but there's that part where you're embrace your individualism in society. You're your own person, and people usually will target you because you don't follow the herd like a sheep. And so you may not even be identified as a witch. You could be just someone who just do your own thing. You don't even have to have anything to do with being a practitioner or a witch. It's just the fact that people who treat you different target you because they don't understand you, and then you just find your own inner power and you keep pushing in life and keep going. So I just felt calling it Season of the Witch, and it's empowering. And the fact that it takes place in Salem, the music video, knowing what happened during the witch trials, how these women and men was targeted because they were being accused of practicing witchcraft.
Right. That happened in 1692, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very sad chapter in Massachusetts' history.
Oh yes, obviously other places too, as you guys know. But
Salem was the hotbed for witchcraft trials.
Absolutely. I love Salem. I love that place.
All right, so we're going to play the track Season of the Witches, and we'll be right back. All right, we're going to pause. All right. Whew. That part is not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem with me is that I do have a propensity to stutter, or sometimes have what we call brain farts on the air. I know I'm not the most articulate or the best interviewer on the planet, but I am a very good editor. Yeah. I can make myself look good after the fact.
It's totally fine. I have dyslexia, so you're gonna definitely hear me stutter here and there.
Okay, my husband had actually had to go through going through school for dyslexia also.
Yep.
He had dyslexia, so we two got something in common.
Yeah, we do.
Dyslexics United. All right. So I'm going to talk about, let's see what kind of notes did I leave. War God. We'll do that now. All right, my next question is the song War God. This was an interesting song. I had to listen to it multiple times. To me, it felt like a fever dream. And I respected that there was a lot of, it had layers. Like, if you take away the layers and listen to each one separately, they're good. Mm-hmm. But you combine them all together, and it had this nightmarish element. So I would like you to explain the origins of the song and what inspired you to write the lyrics and the style. Because sometimes it's kind of difficult to listen through the entire song at times because it's just so overwhelming. And you have to sit still and pay attention. Sometimes you might have to smoke a reefer and be able. I mean, I'm a hyperactive person,
Same.
So I have to sit still and appreciate the message that's behind it. So,
Yes.
Please elaborate.
Absolutely. So, the name War God, it actually is dedicated, like my offering to the Greek god Ares, and because he's the god of war. Mm-hmm. But the song itself, the meaning is like about, a particular person. But I know a lot of people can relate to this, like someone who you thought was a true friend, but then, it's like all smiles and I love you in your face, but behind your back, they're actually plotting and want you to hit hard on the pavement, and they want to be you. They want your life, and they want to sabotage you so then they could take your place. Kind of like Destiny Swap, and, it's actually about that person who's going to be featured in Season of the Witch, but,
there's a story behind all these songs. There's a story.
Oh yeah. But hey, like everybody, if it resonate with you in your own way, that's awesome, and you do hear a line in the song, the red star shines bright over me, okay. Which I'm actually referring to the planet Mars. Oh. Because how, like, in a distance, the stars you see, but they're actually, some of them are planets.
Right.
Like Venus is like the brightest one.
The morning
besides
star.
The sun, yeah. So that one's referring to another shout out to Ares. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
That's it. That's probably some pretty interesting many points. Oh gosh. Don't mind me. I had to record. I was not record, but I was on a show earlier at another radio station in Great Barrington. I was up since 4:00 this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
And I'm on medication too, so I am wired and exhausted, which is not a good combination whatsoever.
It's all good. Earlier, before I was heading to work, me and my brother were just passing a blunt back and forth. So.
All right. Whisper to a Candle. What is that song all about?
So, like, a week before I recorded the song, I was actually dealing with depression, which, I'm glad that depression doesn't really last that long for me. Not that I'm throwing in anybody's faces who's dealing with it, but, like...
well, it's no fun.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know.
And, I was, like, in a really dark place because, like, a lot of things go in my mind, and then just, fighting myself to be in the present and just, like, maneuver around what I was feeling. And, so the song is, in a way, it was kind of like a letter to myself, but also to other people who can relate, who feel like they just want to, like, end it all. I'm sorry, right. Trigger warning. But, like, it's like you're finding your light to move forward because, like, in the song I'm saying, light every candle that's in your way. Those candles represent you, and that the flame is you finding that willpower to keep moving in life. And the other line is, because put on your crown because others need you now, because you never know that you do have a purpose in life to keep going. We're not just here for ourselves, because there could be a purpose that we have that we can inspire other people,
right?
And so who knows, maybe you're meant to feed hungry children, maybe you're meant to help animals who are being abused or something, that so you're here for a reason.
Yes, you do have a purpose. I have a purpose.
Yeah.
pause. Ugh, breather. You need to do that once in a while.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about recording in this setting, because it's easier.
Yep.
Yeah, so far we're at the 9-minute mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so with you, I'm looking at this him to buy out. Okay, so the original album that you had here called Stillness in the Dark, it's instrumental.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 7 Days Before Dawn, that had lyrics in it.
Yep.
And then you had a few what I would consider singles.
Yeah.
All right, so War God was a single.
Yeah, that's War God is it's not on any of those EPs, but it's actually one of the tracks that's going to be on my upcoming album.
Okay. And Whisper to a Candle is...
That's just like a order for like a project. I can't really speak on it because it's someone else's project, but they wanted me to do a song for it.
Okay.
But so hopefully sometime in the future I get to talk about it.
Okay, so we don't have to talk too much about it. Endless Star.
That's another single that's going to be on the album.
Okay.
Yep. Especially Season of the Witch.
Okay. All right. Fever Dream and Chaos is the town words. All right, so I will talk about... So which album came first? 7 Days Before Dawn or Delirium? I'm not Delirium, but Stillness in the Dark.
Stillness in the Dark. Well, they're technically EPs.
Okay.
But I don't know why Spotify said that the deluxe edition is an album. Probably because like the extra track adds extra more minutes. But yeah, Stillness in the Dark.
Well, for me, like when I think of an EP, I usually think 4 songs.
Yeah.
2 to 4 songs, and that's considered an EP. But all right. And Bentley Records. Who is Bentley Records? Is that your label?
No, it's an independent label that had reached out to me 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I didn't know that they were legit.
Okay.
So last year I decided to reach back to them, and I had interrogated them to see if they were like real.
All right. Okay, now I'm going to start right now. All right, so I got a few other questions.
Okay.
For example, there's mention of a label called Bentley. Now, who is Bentley Records?
So Bentley Records, they had reached out to me through email 4 years ago, and so I, dealing with scammers, I didn't know that they were like legit, and
Right.
they are an independent label. So I talked to them for a bit, like briefly back then, and then I just like shrug it off. But then like a year ago, I decided to like just contact them and be like, I wanted to know more details. I can't remember exactly what I was asking them, but I basically interrogated them
Right.
to the point that the CEO started emailing me. And so Luca Days, he's a CEO. He's also a R&B singer too. So I started asking questions, and then he showed me the contract. And it wasn't anything serious where I would need a lawyer involved.
Okay.
So it was just very easy to read and whatnot. And so I was like, all right. So it was just a one-time fee just to,
Have
for
your
that
stuff.
that contract.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. So fast forward, I paid that fee and became official member of Bentley Records.
All right. And do they distribute your songs like like a hard copy version of it, or is it just strictly digital?
It could be both. Like
Okay.
I don't have like physical copies, even though I can pay for that if I want it. And I'm actually still debating if I want to just like distribute my whole album in the future through them or through symphonic distribution. But I had
Well, there are a lot of good choices.
yeah.
Like I know a lot of bands like to use Bandcamp as one of their distributors.
Right.
And I have noticed that bands like Syzyx or not so much Ashcode, but I've noticed like some bands will have like 2 or 3 or 4 different distributors.
Mhm.
Like they'll have like Cold Transmission Music, Cleopatra Records sometimes.
Yeah, Cleopatra. Sometimes they be watching my stories on Instagram. They're pretty cool.
And so, no, it's interesting because it's not easy to like, break into the music scene if that's the career choice that you want to make. Like,
Right.
For a lot of people, including some of the bands that I know that produce this kind of music.
Yeah.
This is like a side project, and they have full-time jobs. Some of them have families, so it's not easy. And you have to ask, like you said before, earlier, that you have to ask some very, very hard questions, and you have to understand what you're signing sometimes.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to say I've known people who got a bad deal, but sometimes you think like your music is not going to sell much, and then all of a sudden you got a hit. Mm-hmm. And then you realize, oh, I should get more for royalties. I should get more, and I'm not getting what I think it's owed to me. And then you have to go through that legal wrangling of getting what is owed to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Pause for a second. I'm going to talk briefly about the next your two EPs. Oops, here we go. Now you have two EPs that you released. I'm going to talk about the first one. It's called Stillness in the Dark. That one's signed by. You have it signed to Bentley Records at this moment.
No.
No, so it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, even though like I'm signed with them, I still could like distribute through Symphonic.
Right.
And whatnot. So I had that distributed.
So my question, do you have like one or two tracks that seems to resonate with your audience? Because I like Hymn to Belial. Is that one of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Because some of my audience are like into occultism and stuff like that, and practitioners of the left-hand path. And if you're familiar with the artist Goetia, like Belial, King Belial is like one of my matrons besides Asaroth. And some guys see my tattoo sigil. And which Asaroth kind of comes in with the song "We Will Always Here With You," so I'll explain that a little later.
Okay.
If you want. But yeah, like, let's see, Rising. I say like the title is self-explanatory because you're rising from the ashes. That's what I was like, was on my mind when I was recording that song. You're rising above what has burnt you, and you're becoming whole again. You're like a phoenix.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I think that's another point I want to bring to my audience, is that your music is perfect for background music for anyone doing something related to the occult, whether you're doing a ritual or you're meditating or you just want that in the background while you're reading like reading any literature on the occult. It's just perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
The second EP that you released, this one was called 7 Days Before Dawn. You had 5 tracks on it. Some of the tracks are called Dominion, Creation, Thought Forms, Lost Voices, and Gothica. How do you pronounce the second word?
Calisum.
Calisum?
Yeah, it's Latin.
Oh, Gothica Calisum. Okay. I wrote down the word ritual album. It felt to me like a ritual album. Actually, both albums did. They both felt like occult ritual albums. But like over the years, I mean, I've been doing dark wave exclusively for the last since 2013 on this station, and I have came across a lot of artists that play the kind of, I call it spooky music, but when you are trying to get into that beta, I don't know what kind
brainwave?
Brainwave, for example. Sometimes you need that kind of music in the background to get you in the proper mindset before you try to when you try to invoke the Goetia.
Oh, you mean like the alpha brainwave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I know nothing. 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 I am a big clown here. I'm sorry. So we'll pause. All right. All right. 16 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll probably go a lot longer than this. So.
Yeah.
Whoops. So I'm curious about your occult background. When did you start practicing or start investigating the occult? I mean, how old were you when you felt like, this is it for me?
Yeah. I was age 20.
Okay.
And, so say like at the age of 18, I graduated high school and, I had no direction. I didn't know, where to go from there. Nobody gave me any direction on what I should do after that. Nobody sat down with me and be like, all right, you got to do this to get things life and track, stuff like this. So my mom, thank you, Mom, for giving me a laptop for my graduation present, besides Chinese food. And I started roaming the internet. I wanted to explore things because I was trying to find myself. And so I came across LaVeyan Satanism. And of course, like most people, I was reluctant, I was hesitant, I was scared to look into it. I was like, is it really this, what they say it is, But something kept telling me, go ahead, like, research it, That's the key word, research. And so, I looked into that, it was actually interesting, I think they had like 11 rules, 12 rules, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that they're probably gonna butcher me for that.
Oh, 12 rules or
it's like their rules within LaVeyan Satanism. That's actually pretty morals and ethics, actually. So
right.
And
a lot of them are common sense.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yep. And
I've read that book like from front to back many years ago. I mean, I was in the same boat when I was at your age, so I mean, I get it.
Right. And like, it's just always great, like, to research. And I was looking into other things like Norse paganism, Wicca, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, a lot of stuff, and I started interacting with people online. Fast forward to when I was like age 20, people who are practicing witchcraft, people who study vampirism and stuff like that, and other Ken, Therianthropy, stuff like that. So it just made me feel pulled to it, like it was my place to like learn more, learn about witchcraft, learn about chaos magic, all this other stuff. And so fast forward to when I was age 22, looking into metaphysics, law of attraction, all this other stuff, the Tree of Life, Teal Swan, I came across her.
Okay.
And other people who inspired my YouTube channel. And yeah, I just got deeper into it and learned about Earth Angels, Star Seeds, Indigo Children, and I resonated, So it went from there.
And after that, he became a musician. No, I'm kidding.
Thank God I did not end up working for Willy Wonka.
All right, we'll pause. So my next question will be about whatever you did with the Goetia. All right. Water break.
Yeah. I'm afraid to take another sip so I have to run to the bathrooms. I'm doing that all day.
That's perfectly fine. I can pause anytime. Now, hopefully I'm not making people uncomfortable, but I would like to ask about your background when you started delving into the Goetia. What led you to, explore the different demons?
Yeah. So, in 2012, which everybody was crapping themselves in that year because it's the myths. But I was like age 21 and, back to exploring different things. And I came across spiritual Satanism and I explored the website Joy Satan, which I know a lot of people within Left Hand Path are bashing them.
What's the name of it?
Joy Satan.
Joy Satan?
Joy of Satan.
Joy of Satan.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up after when I pause this.
They had some information about the goetic entities, and literally from the start, I was actually strongly drawn to Astaroth, the Grand Duke, and even though I was looking to the editors, but Astaroth stayed on my mind. So obviously later on, I started to understand why, and so it was just really interesting. And at that time, I was also working heavily with archangels, which is why on my chest I have Archangel Michael's name on me. And so yeah, that's how it went from there, like exploring them. But then like I started to intensely work with them in 2018, like right before 2019, and I just started like, their energy felt so familiar to me, as if they've always been around. So then I heard Astaroth say, "We were always here with you,"
Interesting.
which is the name of one of my songs. And I always felt that energy when I was a kid, when I was actually exploring my gifts before I even understood what magic was and manifesting, stuff like that.
Interesting. All right, you pause. Okay. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Now, usually, I would like to ask if you, all right, so we'll pause for a second, but I was like looking at yours, and these are some of the stuff I carry around.
Yeah.
Like, this is gifted to me.
Nice.
I bought this, you're gonna laugh. I bought this at the Smithsonian shop at the Reagan Airport. They have their own shop with just gems and a few other things from the museum. This is a meteorite.
Really?
And this is amethyst. And I found out something interesting. Now, when I became Facebook friends with you, I was actually in a very bad place mentally. I try not to show it, but there's some truth behind with what happened to me. My old co-host that was here at this radio station, I didn't know, not to get too much into like what happened, but the end result was, I don't know what he did, but I got brainwashed. Like,
Really?
literally brainwashed. And I remember, and I had to have one of his friends, and this is the fucked up part, is that you could look up, you want to talk about, I honestly believe, like, if you go in the Bible and they have like some passages referring to like be wary of like spirits in the other world and not to deal with them. I mean, it's something that God has said, but it was, at first I had a hard time believing it. Now I understand it.
Yeah.
And how deceitful that astral world can be.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know how much truth is in this. I had to find this out by one person. This is probably the most disgusting groups I've ever heard in my life. Order of 9 Angels. They are not angelic at all.
Oh yeah,
they are terrible.
Yeah, a lot of people do not like Order of 9 Angels.
They are. I dealt with one of them.
I had one of their books.
My co-host was loosely affiliated with those jerks. And
Really?
But here's the thing, is that they are you have some very, very highly intelligent people there in that organization, and they know the art of manipulation.
Yes, I wouldn't doubt it. I could feel that in their energy.
It like right now, it's like I felt that energy, like it just came back. Yeah. It's horrible. I'm supposed to be dead right now.
Really?
When he psychologically, I hate to use the word psychological abuse,
right,
but he psychologically abused me to a point where if I wasn't there, I ended up, from what his friend told me, because his friend took pity on me, he contacted me and he's like, your problem is that you got brainwashed and you don't know it. You are literally his slave. You are at his beck and order. Like, if he wants something from you, he basically trained you so that you are constantly waiting for him, like a mom almost. And that's how these guys train their women, to be like these perfect servants and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, it took a while for that poison that hit my mind and to unravel all these strings and stuff until where I got to where I am today. And remember I told you I had this Zen moment, like when I was down at Washington, D.C.? Mm-hmm. I wasn't kidding. It was like, I'm back to normal. Yeah. It was a very painfully weird experience. I would not wish it on anybody. But I'm only sharing this with you because you happen to came on my Facebook page, I would follow you, and there was other people that were going through their own personal problems. Some ended up changing into who they are today. Some I questioned. Some, they're drug addicts, and some, did all right, like myself. But I've never dealt with. I find that people that are like west of the Mississippi, they're a special. There's something weird about, like, once you like pass like certain parts of the United States, and I met this guy in right near the Sand Dunes National Park in Alamosa, Colorado, and it was like I had no intention of like of anything. I had no intention of doing anything more than just interview him. He wanted. I was there for health reasons, and on Thanksgiving Day, I was going to go to Alamosa, which was a 2-hour drive from where I was staying, and I wanted to just. He wanted to show me a graveyard known as the Witch of Alamosa. It was just someone who did the date wrong on her gravesite. It said it had it on October 34th, 1919 or something like that. It was obviously an error, but they made a big deal out of it. But I don't know. But the night before I met him, someone I was at the hot springs at one of these at Cottonwood. And I remember I wasn't paying attention to my drinking water, and someone spiked it with some kind of weird drug.
Oh, really?
And I remembered drinking down the bottle, because you have to stay hydrated. And then I remembered I didn't feel right at one moment. And I remember I got out of the pool, and I went straight to my hotel room, and I locked the door behind me. And then I remembered for the next 5 hours, I had an all-seeing eye staring at me, because I was hallucinating.
Okay.
I couldn't move my body for an hour. I was rigid. And I remember my heart was racing. I was white. No cell phone service. No phone in my room.
Yeah.
Thankfully the door was locked. And I was helpless. And all I remembered was like this all-seeing eye. And it was like not good colors. It was gray and black and brown, and the eye kept changing and working like a living spirit. It was like I will never forget this. And I remember the next day when I met with who was my former co-host. First thing he said was, "I'm surprised. I thought you were going to flake out." And I said, "Why would I flake out?" And then his roommate like showed up, and they were like talking about how, I told him about what happened to me. And then that son of a bitch, it didn't dawn on me that like I was set up. But he had like this all-seeing eye ring on on his finger or on his necklace. I remember he shows like, "Oh, that was me watching you."
Yeah, I thought so.
And I'm like, but here's the thing though. Now, when I talked to his friend told me that I was set up, and that the whole point of me getting drugged was that I was supposed to be sexually assaulted, because he had me go through everything I can remember from that evening. And I mentioned that there was these two guys that were like asked me to like hang out with them later that evening. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'll never know the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if my former co-host friends was telling me the truth. I will never know. All I know was I felt like I was getting set up.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that the tactics that they use are very similar to what Islamists do when they take over a territory, like during the Iraq War. They would go, like, for example, they took over like this ISIS would take over an area, and what they'll do is that they'll violate all the women.
Yep.
And that causes the men to feel helpless and abandoned, and then they end up taking the women, and then they will give them like a certificate saying like they're marriageable, and then they'll pawn them off to their soldiers. I'm like, and it was like, it just like dawned on me, like, who are these weirdos?
Yeah.
It was so bad, and I remember, like, from 2022 onwards, it's like I was just struggling with these this looping problem I have in my mind, and it took me a long time to like unlearn a lot of it. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that because
Right.
it was bad.
So like that drink, when it spiked you, it definitely like put your brainwaves in that alpha state because you were able to see in your mind's eye that all-seeing eye, because it was an egregore in the astral,
Right.
And he was using it to connect to it so he could do remote viewing to watch you through it. Just like I have a spirit familiar and I could, do remote viewing through his eyes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like, I had their book, The Sinister Tradition. They have other books, and it definitely has such a gore type of vibe with it, especially the images that's in it.
And what they call it's called an egregore.
Yeah, so they're basically thought forms that you could create in the astral plane and use them as servitors. But most occultists are calling them egregores now in this modern day.
No, I just don't feel like a very special person. It's like, why go through the trouble with me?
Yeah, they let's just say people within the spiritual community who have bad intentions are so like God complex, like
yeah, he did have that.
Yeah.
I think the funny part was like after he left here and he went to Virginia, he basically tried to make it like he just the whole. I mean the. I was like taking care of him, like I was kind of helping him, but obviously it wasn't good enough because his whole rationale was because I only brought him here because he wanted to go to, supposedly he was like a veteran of war.
Yeah.
And he did serve in the military, but he lied about it. The truth was the matter was that yes, he did join the Air Force, but for some reason during the first month while he was in boot camp, he stopped doing the boot camp, and then within 2 months he was discharged. But there was no say on why or what or how, because his ex-girlfriend, she was in a panic mode trying to get in touch with me because I was just angry with her, for like a year and a half.
And
after
she was actually trying to help.
No,
probably.
Because he sexually assaulted her 10 or 11-year-old kid.
Jeez.
Or something. I don't know what he did. But he just enjoyed toying with her because she had special needs.
Yeah.
Attractive little girl, but she just probably had a low IQ or something.
Yeah, he took advantage of that.
Very sad history. But I remember one thing I did with him, though, is that once he left and I realized I got had, was that astrally, I remember I had this weird battle where I confronted him, and somehow I ended up getting a sword or some large stick or something, and what I did was, I'm like, that's it, I had it. I'm going to destroy your third eye. And I took it and I pierced his third eye. And
was it like an astral or an actual sword?
Astral.
When you were explaining it to me, I was actually visualizing myself with my sword destroying it.
I didn't kill him. What I did was I took it and I pinned it through this third eye to the ground. And because it was the form of him, but then when I pinned it, he squirmed like this wild demon, and I'm like, I never seen anything before astrally, and I remember pinning him down, and I was like, that's it, I destroyed your third eye.
Right.
You will no longer see me.
Exactly.
And then I think the final one was I ended up having this weird vision where I confronted him as
like in your mind's eye?
In my mind's eye.
Yeah.
And he was resentful that I was bothering him and annoying him, and he had all this good thing going. And he wanted to destroy me. Like, destroy me.
Yeah.
Get, off the earth, off the astral plane, get out, Mm-hmm. And he turned into this wild werewolf-like monster. Yeah. I had never seen anything. I was horrified. And I remembered, I don't know why, I pulled out a gun. I shot it 3 times. It dropped. I remember it started morphing back into his body.
Yeah.
And then the body split in 2. And this black spirit wisp came out of it and just screamed. And it was so upset that I destroyed the host body. And then after that, I was just standing over his body, and the real David Ocker was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through a lot.
Yeah, we definitely go through like a lot of spiritual battles, you know, and it's true. They say that, you know, we are not just facing like the flesh, but also like the spirit, you know, and this is why people, you know, stay prayed up and use protection spells and stuff like that, you know, and you know, use your intuition to like, you know, see the people like him. You know, there's just so much manipulation within the occult community. You know, some people try to come off like they have pure intentions, but you know, I learned my lesson, and you know, I know a lot of people down the road are gonna learn theirs. You know,
right. I'll show you what I've been doing to him now every day. Because before, with our friendship, we would pray to God and do Bible readings and stuff every day at a certain time. We had a ritual, and that's what fucked me, was this ritual. So now every day...
Did we meet like 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Huh?
Did we meet like 3 years
2022.
ago? 2022. Okay.
On Facebook. It was probably like
3 years.
Maybe like in the springtime.
Yeah.
But let me get out of this part.
That's when I saw Lacuna Coil live for the first time.
some synchronicity there.
Yeah.
I created a fake profile on him, and you can't take it off.
That's him.
Well, somebody did a skibidi. Someone didn't like him because I kept making posts about him, how he likes little girls.
Yeah.
So someone made a skibidi toilet.
He kind of looks like the kid from what's that old movie? The kid plays a banjo, and he's like the hillbilly backwoods movie.
Oh,
Deliverance.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, here's another one. I'm so mean.
He's probably related to Joe Biden.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, this is what I wrote.
I killed my dog. Oof.
Of course But one of the last posts I made was, yeah. I think I kind of wanted to make it, like, his birthday was coming around, but this is like, I had another fake profile just talking about it.
Is that him behind you?
Yep.
Yeah. His vibe, I don't like it.
He was, I kind of felt that, I think the weird part was that when I first met him, like you said, the drugs probably opened up my mind, and I remember I took him to the sand dunes. And you gotta understand, St. Louis Valley is a very highly it was the Navajo Native American mystical area.
Yeah.
And on top of that, when I walked with him, I heard some voice in my ear saying, like, because he was actually down on his luck at that time. Like, he was like, and like, I heard like this woman's voice, like, saying, like, go, he's lonely, you know, make him feel better, you know, or something like that, you know, and I walked with him to the sand dunes, and you want to talk about like how his drinking problem was.
Right.
I ran up the sand dune, and those things are like 100, 150 feet tall, and he just could not catch up with me at all. He was a cripple. Mm. But at that time, though, I only had him come here to Massachusetts because he kept asking me, like, oh, I need to get into rehab, blah, blah, blah. So I bought him a plane ticket, and he came to Massachusetts, but still during COVID. So he didn't get in because Leeds, the Leeds, the center up the road for veterans. It was a veterans hospital, and I got him into the program. Within 2 months, he found himself a girlfriend in Virginia, in the boondocks, like Appalachian. Like, I couldn't believe it. And she drove 18 miles to pick up his sorry ass at the hotel and brought him to her place, and she regretted every single minute of it.
I would not doubt that.
I was more mad at her because I tried to warn her that he's sick.
Yeah.
That's why we call him Sick Dog.
Yup. And, you know, words hold power, so it's like he's become more, like, physically sick, like a sick dog.
He was a sick dog. But I now have, like, nothing to do with him. I just make fun of him. Every day I post something awful. Like,
you sever that cord.
When he left, he severed the cord with me, and he tried to rub it in my face. I didn't even know why, because this is insane. He was trying to. He didn't want a person to like take care of him like a mother. He wanted a girlfriend. So he found someone that was stupid enough to not to see through him, and that's when I started feeling suicidal, because I felt like my life, for some reason, because I got trained that I lost my identity.
Yeah.
Like, who am I as a person? You know?
And it was like he took advantage of that.
He took advantage of it, but there was this weird thing they call like monarch programming kind of thing, which I actually believe, because it did happen.
Yeah.
My personality split in two. I had my normal world and the sick dog world, and I had to end it and bring this back to who I am today. Yeah, it's fucked up, and I had to go. If it wasn't for his friend to get in touch with me and told me I was programmed, and that shit's real. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have to be really careful in this day and age, because there are some really fucked up people on this planet. So, but I'm very happy that I'm able to talk to you today. But let's go back to the recording. That was just some. But I want to talk about the Goetia. So maybe we could talk. Now, would you be comfortable talking about like how you set up your rituals or anything? Oh, and by the way, this one reason why I gravitated to meteorites.
Yeah.
Jinn will not come to a person that has a rock from outer space.
Yeah. Because
it represents death.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Like, how does it represent death?
Death or the void.
Oh.
So it was very weird that I gravitated to this, because I remembered during that same period, I had a lot of people who were trying to get me involved with doing jinn magic. Jinn. It was like constantly jinn. And it wasn't until I started doing some research on this, and I just found this out like maybe like a few months ago. And then it said that the jinn hate this.
Yeah.
And I just subconsciously bought it. It cost me like maybe $129 or something.
Yep.
But it was expensive. I don't normally splurge like that. But it's like something compelled me to buy it. And I wore it day and night nonstop for more than a year and a half, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, I wore it and 25. So any of you listeners out there, jinn are real. If you don't want to deal with the jinn, wear a meteorite.
I'm surprised not many people jumped on.
Because we talk some really heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Even though we have the internet, and this is before we go back to recording, people have gone through similar experiences like what I have gone through and you have gone through.
Yep.
And they're looking for answers. And sometimes the best way is to hear another person tell their story.
Exactly.
And it makes them feel better, knowing that they're not alone. Their life experience is not like super special or unique, but there's a common thread that we're all weaved into this life story together. On this planet. So we're all constantly fighting forces that want to eat our souls. Okay, so let's go back to the interview. All right, so we talked about a few heavy stuff offline for a little bit, but I mean, would you be able to summon a spirit that will like eat my soul or something?
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
No. No, we were talking a little bit about
occult magic.
bad magic.
Yeah.
Bad magic, and some of the stuff that's considered occult, you end up finding out later on. It's science.
Yeah, definitely.
Like electricity.
Yup.
Psychology.
Yes.
We were talking about psychology in depth.
And bad people within bad groups who have mommy issues and small dick energy.
And a god complex. We call them narcissists.
Yes.
But we don't want to talk about that person.
Yeah. We banish him.
Yeah, he's icky.
Banished.
Icky. Ew, let's get that. Get the holy water.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. All right, so you have dealt with the Goetia. Now, are there any other practices that you have experimented with? Like, have you done like LaVey style Satanism, or did you have any specialty like numerology or working with crystals? Like, rocks art is my specialty.
I definitely
Gian Hughes, you know me, Gian, out in LA.
Hi, Gian.
Goth daddy out there. Yeah, we worked with rocks, and he was quite surprised that rocks talk to me.
Yeah,
so that's my specialty.
Yeah, everything is sentient, like alive and conscious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I learned about like star seeds, stuff like that, and started collecting crystals and stones, that's what I grew into, like doing like crystal magic, and so. And there's other things like I work with angels, you know, like I said before, like when I was like age 20 or 21, I was working heavily with archangels, and even like a couple years ago, getting into deeper into the 72 Shempross angels, and you know, then there's like dragon magic, and then you know, chaos magic, which a lot of people have a misconception about chaos magic because of, you know, Christians on TikTok and YouTube tarot readers. Chaos magic is not about anything negative. It's just called chaos magic because there's various ways of manifesting. Like, you're not limited because it's, in other words, elected witch, you know, like
it's like thinking out of the box.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So there's nothing negative like they try to make it out to be, you know.
Unless your intent is negative.
Yes.
Then it's bad.
Right, because like magic in general is gray. You know, it's all about intentions. You know,
right.
Everything's energy. And you know, there were some people who assume that, you know, when you work with like goetic entities, that it's always going to be something nefarious. No, like they can work with you with positive things, even help you on your spiritual growth. You know, one time I was liquid fasting and I was channeling Asmodeus, in other words, Asmodee. And, you know, he was loud and clear for me. We are here to help you ascend. We're here to help you with your spiritual journey. And, you know, the first time I evoked him, he made me have him make him some scrambled eggs as an offering.
Scrambled eggs?
Yeah.
He wanted bird energy of all things. I mean, you're lucky because, like, eggs are easy, you know, bird eggs are available, but just imagine if you wanted one from a snake.
Yeah. Oh, that would be pretty interesting. That
snake eggs.
Serpent energy, definitely powerful.
No, be nice to snakes. I have two snakes of my own, by the way.
Yeah. I would not harm any animals for any rituals at all.
That's good. He will scramble. He'll make breakfast.
Yeah.
He'll make breakfast for you, Belial.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm sorry, that is so funny. Okay, composure. All right. Now we'll go into a little bit about your music. When did your music? What was the first instrument you started playing with? Out of curiosity.
Acoustic guitar. When I was taking
Wasn't the xylophone from Fisher Price?
No. No. Yeah, music class in high school. That basically like grabbed my interest. I was like, you know, it was fun, and then I was like, just one day, I was like, on my way to school, I asked my dad, "Can I have an electric guitar for Christmas?" And he jokingly said no. Okay. And then he was like, "Okay, but what kind?" I was like, "A black one. I don't know names, you know." I was ignorant of guitars back then.
You didn't ask for a Gibson?
I didn't know much about guitars back then. I just said a black electric guitar.
He knew nothing. He wasn't sure what he wanted.
Yeah.
He just wanted a black one.
It's mysterious. Tall, dark, and handsome.
So what did you end up getting?
I got a first act guitar. It was a good practice guitar. I got that for Christmas, and I still have it.
Okay.
And I cherish it because it's my first guitar.
And you got it from your dad.
Yep. And my second guitar actually just happened to be a Gibson Maestro SG. Mm-hmm. That one me and my mom had put together sometime after I graduated high school. So that one's special to me as well because, you know.
It's from your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, rest her soul. So yeah.
All right. Let's see. We got like 27 minutes. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
We could talk a little bit more. I think the next question I probably would like to ask if there's anyone like online that inspires you. Like you said, Orly Stewart was one.
Yeah, and
definitely need to give a shout out to her.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do, we'll just wrap things up, and I'll have you do this station identification. I'll just write down a script for you.
Okay.
And then I'll use you for so people from other shows, like your voice will be heard over and over again.
Yeah.
This is Archangel Royale, and you're listening to Valley Free Radio 103.3 FM. That's okay.
That sounds good, actually.
How many people are watching this right now?
It's back to zero. I think that people are actually watching, but they're just not clicking on.
Right.
Hi.
I was just wondering if they were like really listening to the dark stuff.
They're like FBI agents.
No, they're not. Yeah, what's going on right now is that he is broadcasting live on TikTok, but I guess a lot of people started tuning in when I started talking about my personal problems, and because it was a very dark period in my life. Yeah. We both started to know one another online, but he learned about me through my alias Tracy Snow.
Yeah.
You don't even know my real name.
I don't think so, no.
It's Leela.
Leela.
It means the light in Arabic.
That's awesome.
Yes. So.
Princess Leela.
No, princess. I'm just Leela.
Welcome to the dark side.
Well, welcome to the squatting Slav. Of course, I got my Adidas.
Yeah, she's rocking Adidas.
Yes. No proper Slavic person would not go out in person without their tracksuit. So
yes,
and it has to be Adidas.
You gotta represent.
Yes.
Russia.
Well, I'm Polish, but close enough. Anyway, do you have any individuals that you follow online? Like, one of my favorites? I like listening to the Dark Sorcery channel on YouTube with Alfredo Martinez, and I'm also friends with Gian Hughes, and I also been following Magus. Oh God, I am so bad with names. When you get to know me, you're gonna find out like I have brain farts when it comes to remembering people's names. But he's Magus something, and I have to look at. I'll show it to you.
Sounds familiar.
But yeah, it's. Hold on, let me just pause this for a second. Let me find him. I hate it. Let me go to YouTube. Magus. Oh, come on, it should... Ugh. Hold on, I think I know what's going on. Gotta do it this way. Magus. Travis Magus.
Yes, I used to be in his Facebook group. I used to watch his videos all the time around when I started working with the Goetic entities.
Okay, let me go this. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm going to be editing a lot. But anyway, we're talking about Travis Magus.
Yeah.
So you have some familiarity with his Facebook. You were friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah,
or at least you're part of the group.
I was in his Facebook group, but like my intuition was just, I like to be obedient to my higher self, so I got a group. Nothing personal though. I used to watch his videos on YouTube. I think sometime around 2018, 2019.
Right.
And but I could say like my YouTube channel, Ancient Bloodline of Light. I'm gonna say that slower because sometimes people say I talk fast. Ancient Bloodline of Light.
Ancient Bloodline of Light. Yeah. Okay.
There are some particular YouTubers, spiritualists who inspired that channel, like Tio Swan. Most people know her. Aaron Dalty. Ralph Smart.
Okay.
And even though I haven't watched Michael W. Ford stuff that much lately, but he's one of them. And it used to be EA coding, but I kind of pulled away from his content.
Oh, I loved watching his stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes you don't know if he was acting or he was being serious.
Yeah.
It was just fascinating to watch. And he brought in so many people from different corners of the world.
Yeah, that was interesting though.
It was probably I called it like there was that golden period on YouTube.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
we were around. I miss it.
Yeah.
I honestly miss it.
Right. Like,
what about Orly Stewart? Do you watch her stuff?
I see it here and there in her posts on Facebook. Like, it's pretty cool that she's like, really getting deep into it, hatha yoga and working with the Hindu deities and stuff like that. I love that. And like, it resonates with, my practices because like, even though for years I had called myself Luciferian,
right? But
like I resonated so much with the Hindu path that I just, I felt more me identifying as, the path of Sanatana Dharma. And which those who don't know, that's what Hinduism is. So like, yeah. So, and I always practice yoga for like almost 9 years now, and work with chakras, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. That's another thing we're gonna talk about also, is you do Reiki.
Yes.
That's how you pronounce it, Reiki, and you do movement of energy.
Yes.
Now, talking about energy, do you remember when we stopped recording and we were talking about my former co-host?
Yeah.
Holy water! But you remember how the energy got dark?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he felt it. So
yeah.
He's a sensitive like I am. So that was a very oof.
Yeah.
I can't find him now.
That's good.
I think he knows better than to mess with me.
Yeah, definitely. You never know. Like, people you try to target, you never know they're anointed, or in other words, a chosen one. Yeah.
Well, for me, I think I kind of like equate myself like the village idiot, because a lot of times I just stumble into these situations and somehow I manage to, like, due to my simplicity, I guess, is that I get out of it because I don't complicate things. It's like it's either this or that. That's it. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. And I think, just like you said, just being, I think you probably use the word pure at heart is probably the best way.
Yeah. You got pure intentions.
Pure intentions. I think having the pure intentions is what probably protected me.
Yeah.
Because I don't waste my time, like, being all crafty and being the puppet master. And, that takes a lot of effort. I'm kind of lazy.
I feel you on that. It's better to just be on a better path of a life of morals and ethics, the high vibration, and you're more protected because when you high vibration, you're taking care of yourself, eating healthy foods and stuff like that, getting exercise, yoga, etc., energy work. It's like you're regulating your nervous system, but also your aura has become more stronger.
Yes.
So it's good to be that person when you're not better. You're not letting life make you to a better person. You be a good example for others.
You walk in spirit, as you might say.
Yep.
Or, yeah. Now, I guess I got one other question is, I remember I was watching some content by Travis Magus, and he had some interesting new stuff. He actually started posting these AI videos with him in it, and I guess he was summoning this, you probably know more about the goetic deities than I do, but he summoned one where it dealt with a spirit with an owl head. But
Andros?
Andros.
Yeah, that's my guy.
And he talked about his experience with it, and it's very interesting and a little bit spooky because I guess he used it for something, and I guess there was more that had happened afterwards than what he anticipated when you deal with that kind of power. It's very eerie, and I'm like, ooh, I would never use Andros if my intentions are not pure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, because he wasn't very specific with what happened to him, but I appreciate his honesty.
Mm-hmm.
on his experiences, and I'm very I'm bringing this is a shout out to him, because I'm glad that he was able to like tell that story to an audience if they ever like if anybody's on the internet looking for this kind of information, because when you start conjuring anything, whether white light, gray magic, black magic, whatever, you are drawing in energy.
Yes.
And it's very hard to control it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like if you bring in an energy, or just think of yourself like being on cocaine or something. It's like out of control. You're out of control, and then eventually you crash.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's more like a warning to people that when you do work with energies, is that it's the real thing. It is the real thing, and I think for myself at this point in my life is that I reached a state of zen.
Yes.
Or at least I'm now. It took me I'm kind of grateful that I had 1 month off from work, because I kind of needed that time. But I think for myself, at least, that I was able to. I think I was able to get grounded for once, and actually to meet you in person, because it's like I've always kind of held off, and then finally I think this is the right time.
Right.
And I think this is where I hopefully will be able to collaborate again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And do more, but. I mean, Andros. I mean, like, you work with Andros?
A few times, yeah.
How was, I mean, for you, like, how did his energy felt for you?
It was definitely strong, since, like, these energies, they resonate more with the lower chakras, so it's, like, more physical base. Mm-hmm. So you're definitely going to feel their energy have a more effect in the physical realm. And working with him, it wasn't really much as what a lot of people describe, because some say you have to be, like, very careful and all this stuff. But he has a sense of humor. The way he appeared to me,
right?
He's like a guy with bald head, maybe around my age. This is how he appeared to me.
Okay. And
he's like wearing a black cloak, like with a hood. Like the hood is kind of like covering one side of his face.
Oh.
So like if you
interesting.
Like if any of you guys are familiar with the band Motionless in White, their keyboardist Josh Bolts, he kind of resembled Josh. Wearing his cloak and his hood covering half his face.
Interesting.
And so so shout out to MIW. Like he's just like very interesting. I was working with him with protection and just clearing away any negative energies and any manipulation on the masses. And because like here in New England, I feel like there's just the energy lingering of manipulation,
right?
And I wanted to get rid of that, so I worked with him on that, and
he helped you.
Yeah. And good. His offering, trigger warning, he likes blood, but
was it your blood?
Yeah. Just a tiny bit. It's not like anything major,
he accidentally stubbed his toe, so it was quite easy.
It was that time of month. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm a dude. I can't.
I would be like, what? I've been fooled.
I had another interesting offering for him. At that time, there was this movie called Hellfest that was out in theaters. It's a horror movie. And I wanted to watch that movie as an offering to him because it's a horror movie and there's blood.
Right.
And he accepted it. So I went to watch that movie as an offering to him.
I have not... my favorite, what I got drawn into was the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
But I loved the Sumerian religion, and the only one that actually appeared to me was Ishtar.
Yeah.
Ishtar appeared to me as I remember this vividly. It hit me when I was at work. Like my third eye opened up briefly, and I remembered she was coming out of the ground, this gigantic, she was sleeping, and she was coming out of the ground, and she was waking up, and she was looking around the planet Earth, and she was beautiful. She just had this beautiful olive skin, long brown hair, brown eyes, and she was, she looked like, not a teenager per se, but but maybe someone from 5, 6, maybe 10,000 years ago, because people didn't live that long back then. But she looked like someone who was ready to become a woman, or is she didn't have a kid yet, but she just had that energy of a person of that in that age group.
Right.
And she was just like looking around and looking at the earth, and she's like, I'm here, but what changed?
Yeah.
It was like there was like this shock on her face. And I was like in this vision, I was like, oh my God, it's just Char. That's it. But I was just surprised, and she realized in this vision, she's back, and she's here to fix the world with her energy. So, and that was many years ago, and I used to be friends with this guy named John Z. Wiz, but I've not lost contact, but I think a lot of his friends won't let me talk to him.
Yeah.
But I was doing, he's a magical practitioner, but he's a kind of, but he was part of what we call the ultimate minority kind of thing, because he dealt with the sex magic stuff. I don't deal with the sex magic stuff.
Right.
I don't have to, but he did. And so he has a long history of music, huge library of where he did some stuff that's kind of like not so much of yours, but like experimental instrumentals, and then he did actual songs. And wonderful guy. And he just turned 75 a few days ago.
That's awesome.
Our Leo. So happy birthday,
belated
John.
birthday to
John Z. Wiz of Sleep Chamber. So just to add that, but I think we'll probably wrap it up here. So I want to thank you for being a part of this interview.
My pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to meeting you in person. So
yes.
I mean, did I look like what you thought I would look like?
Yes.
Okay.
Young. You look young for your age.
Yes,
very vibrant.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad I'm here.
Same here.
I'm glad that whatever demons from the astral world never got to me.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm happy that I'm here.
I'm happy you're here as well.
Yes, I am very happy. So hopefully there's this is why I edit. So hopefully in the future we could probably collaborate more, but I definitely will talk. I might be able to do Zoom calls with you or something, just talk about the occult and stuff, because I know people are thirsting for this knowledge.
Oh,
I mean, sometimes you might have an audience of 5 or 10, but it doesn't really matter. It's just that you had an effect on somebody, and I think that's what's important. So.
Age of Aquarius.
Yes. So, all right. So we're gonna pause right here, and I'm going to write your script.
Okay.
I mean, we can add more to it also if you want to add anything. Oops.
When I read the script, don't mind me stuttering a little because dyslexia.
That's okay.
So
I'll write in large letters for you. This is, and I put this underline just means who you are as a person.
Yep.
So this is, and you are listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio 103.3 FM Northampton. So this is like a promo, Northampton. So we'll do 1. This is York. And you're tuned to WXOJ LP. We use the word LP after our call letters because we are a low power radio station, and that's our legal identification.
Okay, awesome.
So whenever a legal ID is given out at the top of the hour, it has to be the call letters, the number, and the location.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you read it.
So this is Archangel Royal, and you are listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio 103.3 FM Northampton. This is Archangel Royal, and you are tuned to WXOJ LP 103. So after this one, then you're going to pause, and then I do that one right after?
Yeah, right here you'll pause. And you can add stuff to it also, like, oh, you're listening to Darkwave with the Viking woman. And sometimes Baphomet Prime.
Yeah.
Or something. We can have fun with it, so we
Yeah.
can do, like, different takes. All right, take number 1.
This is Archangel Royal, and you are listening to Darkwave on Valley Free Radio, 103.3 FM, Northampton. This is Archangel Royal, and you're tuned in to WXOJ LP 103.3 FM, Northampton, with Baphomet Prime.
I'm not Baphomet.
Wait.
That's good.
Optimus Prime.
Hold on. Let me hear this. Oh, I can't play it back yet. Hold on. That's good. I love mistakes. I think one thing with this interview, and I'm kind of glad this is the first one, it's okay to be close to the microphone because this is not as awesome. I mean, even though it's an omnidirectional one,
Yeah.
it's. Oh, I think it's omnidirectional.
Should I do like a Barry White voice?
Hey, you can have fun. I encourage you to have fun with this.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes. This is Archangel Royal, and you are listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio, 103.3 FM, Northampton. And I am with Tracy Snow.
No, it's Viking Woman.
Viking Woman? Okay.
Tracy Snow is... it's okay.
I don't mind doing it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. I need like to... Action! Cut.
Action!
This is Archangel Royal, and you're listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio, 103.3 FM Northampton, and this is Viking Woman.
Yes. I haven't killed him yet. And looking for a blood ritual.
Helden.
Alright. We could do another one too. You can do a very have fun with it. Just have fun with it.
This is Archangel Royal with my Barry White voice, and you're tuned in to WXOJLP 103.3 FM, Northampton, and I am with Viking Woman.
Thank you. Got my name right. Okay, let's play it back. Pause. Are you able to hear?
No.
Hold on.
I can hear like a whisper through there.
I'm just wondering why. Let me play it back now. Oh, now that would help.
OJLP 103.3 FM, Northampton, and I am with Viking Woman.
Thank you. You got my name right. Now I'm going to play the earlier stuff.
0.3 FM, Northampton, with Baphomet Prime.
I'm not Baphomet.
Wait.
That's good. That's good. Here's some other.
0.3 FM, Northampton, with Baphomet Prime.
I'm not Baphomet.
Wait.
That's good. Here's the next one.
This is Archangel Royal, and you are listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio, 103.3 FM, Northampton. And I am with Tracy Snow.
No, it's Viking Woman.
Okay.
Tracy Snow is. It's okay.
I don't mind doing it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. I need like to... Action!
Action!
This is Archangel Royal, and you're listening to Dark Wave on Valley Free Radio, 103.3 FM Northampton, and this is Viking Woman.
Yes. I haven't killed him yet, and looking for a blood ritual.
Helden. You're invoking Joe Jackson.
All right. Just have fun with it.
This is Archangel Royal with my Barry White voice, and you're tuned in to WXOJLP 103.3 FM, Northampton, and I am with Viking Woman.
Thank you. You got my name right. That came out pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, probably. All right, so we have a little bit of time. If there's any last words or any insights you may want to provide to your audience, like, do you want people to know some of your side gigs that you do before?
So my side gigs.
You want to make sure you talk closer to the microphone.
So, like, I have a business called Ethereal Eye Psychic Readings, which you can find my website on WordPress. And, you know, I provide channel readings, also tarot, even runic readings, quantum Reiki, and also hypnotherapy. Yes, I do have my diploma in hypnotherapy. And my online business called Giovanni's Apparel. This is JA''V as in Venus, ONI Apparel. Find out Shopify. And
He dresses better than me.
one of these days I'm gonna be wearing a onesie. Like a Pokemon onesie.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also, you can follow me on Instagram, Archangel Royal Official. I'm also a model and haven't acted yet, but I will let you. And yeah, you can find my YouTube channel, Ancient Bloodline of Light. I'm a spiritualist, talk about law of attraction, self-help, motivational stuff, and occultism.
Yeah, he definitely has a good spirit, and he also can feel the bad stuff and good stuff. So
Yes.
I guess you call yourself an empath.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's the real deal. So thank you very much for showing up here at Valley Free Radio. I feel like this is a good start to
Yes.
to wonderful things in the future.
Absolutely.
Because we were just talking about bands and people that we know. And plus he's 20 years younger than me, so it's nice to have someone from, I guess, do you consider yourself a millennial?
Yes.
Or are you part of Generation Y?
Millennial, even though I still don't know how to spell it.
You can always Google it.
I thank you for having me. Also, this is a pretty amazing opportunity.
Well, I wanted to show you where the magic happens. You know, this space has a lot of history, and you can always become a member here. I mean, you can have your own a little show. You don't even have to travel here. You can submit your program through an MP3 or a WAV file, and they'll upload it for you on automation. I mean, we have blank spaces on the program, so you're more than welcome.
Appreciate that.
He can come here every week and talk about Reiki.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, or he can pre-record like a call-in show, and people can talk about their spiritual complaints.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot of complaints when it comes to relationships, and one of these people were drunk. And I'll throw their names out there.
Yeah, we can have a lot of fun with this. You never know what will be broadcasted here.
Yeah.
All ideas are welcomed.
Not Stifler's mom. She's trouble.
Yeah, Stifler's mom. She's something else. Bad lady.
Millennials know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, American Pie. Yeah. I saw all. How many were released? 3?
Yeah, I think 3 so far.
So here we are talking about American Pie of all things.
Yeah.
The first one still was my favorite.
It does. It is my favorite.
And what else? How about Jaws? Have you seen Jaws?
I think I watched the first one, but I don't remember much of it, to be honest.
You know that was supposed to be based out of Woods Hole, Massachusetts?
I think so. I heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah, like...
It was funny because I think they filmed part of it there, and but there were no great whites back then because there were no seals. And now that their seals have returned to Massachusetts, the great whites have returned, so...
Yeah, they're pretty hungry, you know?
Yes.
So we need to make a trade deal with them. You know, we need to get them barbecue sauce so they can enjoy their meal, and then they can leave us alone.
They don't attack humans. It's very rare they attack humans. You have to do something really stupid to attract them. But other than that, though, we're signing off. So thank you once again, and it's been an interesting ride. I only knew him like online and just putting little hearts and liking his posts and stuff.
I feel loved.
So it's nice, and you know, I'll tell you what though, the occult community is kind of small and niche, but it's actually pretty cool. So I like it. I like it. It's nice and small, nice and
Yes.
tidy.
Yes. We share the same bed always. No, I was kidding.
But he evokes some pretty interesting goetic demons. So
Yeah.
bad boy. Sorry. All right, we're signing off. Have you ever gone to the occult store in Northampton, Crystals?
Yes, I love what is called sleep theory, or is this therapy? I've heard this past 10 years. I still get the name wrong.
All right, let me just save this. Save project.
I always got their incense from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love that store. I haven't been there in a while. I've always had the intent of like maybe like talking with them and like forming some kind of relationship where I can give them like, we do kind of like not advertising, but they'll do like sponsorship, so their name will be mentioned over the air.
Yeah.
And we get like some money from them.
Right.
Because we don't charge that much for having what they call it, a sponsorship.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I'm looking for my file. Probably the best $18 I spent. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. It's so tiny. This is fast.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It cost me like $20.
Nice.
I couldn't find my other thumb drive. Let's save this. I'm gonna put this under Audacity. File name, WXOJ. What's today's Friday? So we'll call it Archangel Royale. I was gonna ask you if your family came from the Caribbean or something. Or no?
Maybe I would love to like explore my family bloodline. I just know that like from my mom's side there's Cherokee and Scottish and French and yeah.
You're definitely a Northeast person.
Yeah. Even though both my parents are from the South, but yeah. Born here in Northeast. I love New England.
Oh, New England's awesome.
Mm.
Let's see. I got to find. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Oh, nope, that's odd. I'll put this here anyway. There we go. You can open the door too if you want. It's getting a little stuffy in here.
Alright.
I was like thinking about it.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead. Just keep that door open. Yeah, otherwise you'll lock yourself out. We have met. Yes, we have met. After many years just communicating with each other from Facebook, we have finally met. And it's actually pretty cool. Since 2022, I think I've been friends with him since spring of 2022, and finally we collaborated, and hopefully we'll do many more. It's cool.
with French producer Terrence.
The next track I need.
Awkwardly.
Maybe that's cool, but for me, I'd rather have a physical.
Not even looking that he's like walking up. We got a couple of like stuff. It's same creative.
I have
Personal things
Yeah,
when it comes
yeah.
to readings. When it
That's
comes to, like,
Gian
reading,
and
simple
Alfredo
readings for
Martinez.
people,
Alfredo's
usually
from
just, like I
Utah.
said,
He's from
naive
Salt Lake
people that may be
City.
taking things,
And
they're
Gion's from
just putting out
LA.
whatever cards next to
So-
them, taking whatever problem
I think his
they got,
name
not
will
that
always make you
serious.
hungry.
They should take things more
Gian?
serious.
Or
Alfredo.
Alfredo
Yeah.
Martinez, I
I mean,
know.
on the right side
Alfredo
of it, it could
sauce.
be
Oh
your-
my God.
He's another cool.
I can't
That's
imagine
the
him like
the devil
hooking
card,
up with somebody. He's like, I got the
right,
Alfredo sauce for you.
Right. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, if you ever want to do an interview with him, he'll do like maybe a 20 or 30-minute segment where he can talk about like your spiritual experiences. I'll show you the channel. I'm just playing it. This is something I recorded in June. This is my Dark Wave show. This is,
Sounds like Nine Inch Nails.
I play weird stuff all the time.